Welcome to the MVP Power Hour, where we talk about AI, generative AI specifically, in all of its little facets. Some good, some bad, some ugly. We talk about it all. Why? Because we're hands on marketers. We are the people who put the pedal to the metal. We are the people who do the creating in the world. We want to have the most fabulous tools for our use cases. We want to avoid the junk that's out there, and trust me that there's junk out there. And we want to collaborate with our friends, fellow creatives, fellow marketers, and people who are marketing their businesses. So welcome. We are so glad to have you here. My name, RJ Redden. This man, the genius of the operation, that man's name is Barack. Please hello to the people, Barack. Y'all,
I'm trying to
Barack's
be
a little
this.
shy.
How are you doing?
Good today because we have plenty of news to cover. We're going to talk a little bit about music creation, sound creation, voice, things like that. The state of the AI union on that is pretty interesting, fun stuff as well. And before all of that, and if you guys are good, we may go ahead and just preview the home, the new home of the MVP Alliance Power Hour meetings. Yeah, I am ridiculously excited about it, and obviously so is Barack. So we will be getting on to that. But before that, there's this news updates for AI out in the world. So here's what we're gonna do, Barack. You ready? I'll
Ready.
I'll do one and then I'll hand it off to you, and you can do one if you want. If there's anything special that you want to
Okay.
report, look at the pain on his face when I ask him to
The agony.
talk on camera. It is about like my puppy's eyeballs when he's like, "Mommy, you've been in that seat too long." But I got to go outside. I know, but you are a very powerful founder, and we want to hear from you. So, you think about what you want to say. I'm going to go right ahead and say this: biggest news coming across my desk for content generators and others. One of the biggest thing, and this is kind of an indirect thing, but the news that Facebook dismantled its fact checking program. I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. They're gonna go more like Twitter is. Okay, listen, y'all. We're definitely going to be seeing two sides, more than two sides, obviously, to the AI controversies, but a lot of controversy on who's doing what, who are the good guys, who are the bad guys. The story will be constantly changing. Just get used to this because it's going to happen. But yes, they dismantled their fact checking and moved to more a Twitter like system where, users can add content to what add context to what they
Make
said
up.
and all this.
Make up
Yeah,
content.
make up content.
Well,
Yeah,
that's great
totally
in
great.
times of AI, where everybody can create everything
Oh,
made up, right?
absolutely. We
Wow,
talked
that's
last
perfect
week.
timing.
Oh,
Perfect
perfect
timing.
timing. And especially because perfect timing, last week we talked about them adding basically AI profiles to the Facebook system. Fantastic.
No, they're
Now
just gonna bombard Facebook with fake news. That's the plan. That's the
that
plan right
is
now. Oh
that
wow.
is the plan.
Oh,
That is
interesting
the plan right
times.
now. Well,
Hmm.
we do live in interesting times. But uh also to say this, with the fact checking, this news came out this week, and there's been other AI news too, but I just wanted to hit on this just so that you kind of have a good eye on the landscape out there. I also wanted to say this, that uh we were talking a couple weeks ago about how how, thousands of people showed up to a New Year's Eve event that was completely created by an AI robot and nobody fact checked. Um, even though the police department had been saying all day there will be no fireworks demonstration tonight, uh, yeah, thousands of people were duped into showing up to an event that wasn't really there. So, my friends, my grasshoppers, my friends, I need you to know my most important people out there, alliance members,
Valuable.
valuable, most
MVPs.
valuable. Know how to fact check.
Yes, please.
Please, I beg
Please.
of you.
For the
Please, I
world.
beg of you. Uh, you know, I'm even thinking of writing a fact checking bot, just to, for me to use and for my people to use because we gotta know. We gotta know. Is this BS? Like, our BS meters in 2025 need to grow in power because there's gonna be so much out there pretty soon.
Personal note. I just got a super cute video from my sister this week, and she wrote, "What is this?" So happily, so excited about it. And I needed to I went ahead and checked. The guy is just creating full of made up creatures on Instagram. He have like 55K followers. It's great, great AI creation. He adds no voices and is can make them videos. And I needed to explain to her that it doesn't exist. What she thought is so adorable is it's not really. It's code. It's AI. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So today that happened today in my morning. Yeah. So
What is reality? We're gonna have to talk about that, Barack, sometime. What is truth? What is reality?
we
And
should have a power about that. Just
we
that.
should.
That's a great
Oh,
topic. Yeah, that's a great topic.
that is a great topic.
Mhm.
Next up in AI news, of course, is cryptic posts by GPT guy Sam Altman. We're nearing the singularity, or we've passed it. I'm like, you could get more vague on that, but you'd have to try real hard. What did you think of that post, Barack?
Well, we've been talking about. I remember graphs. I don't know if you know these graphs, like showing um um a computing power, like growing from powerful as a mosquito to in different animals, and then like an ape, and then there is some point where it passes human creatures, right? And when it do that, um um it grows exponentially, right? So the line is really, really for years is almost flat and then just grows exponentially. And I think, and this point, of course, is the AGI. It's what Sam Altman talking about is the singularity, a machine, the AI machine that is conscious, and then it can always upgrade itself. So imagine right now AI can already create code, but at some point AI can create a code to better itself, right? And when that happens, all you need is computer power, and then it keeps on creating itself. So right now we are GPT 403, right? But let's say GPT 405 can already create 406. So give it 2 hours and a lot of juice, and it will be 40100. Why not? Because 5 will create better 6, better 7, better 8, and then it will keep on getting better. So maybe they are close enough to a point where it already can improve itself, and then it's exponentially growth. And
Yeah.
that's scary because the world isn't ready.
Oh, I know, right? Like, thanks for stopping to think about if the world is ready or not for this,
Yes,
Sam. Love
this is
you,
it.
but come on.
Give us a
Like,
minute
well,
to flatten the curve.
give us a minute. Give us a minute to understand what's going on. Don't just, it's Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein all over again. It's creating a monster because you can, and then going, oh. this thing's more powerful than me. It better run. I mean,
I better run.
that is, if you've ever read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and go ahead and just get a summary on GPT if you haven't. But
Great.
it's the only book I ever enjoyed in my English literature class like 20 years ago. But it's exactly that. And the warning is just because you can doesn't mean you should. And so I don't. Sam is way
RJ,
past. Yeah.
it's an arms race, right? So if not OpenAI, then Google, and if not Google, Meta, and if not, we are talking about just Westerns. What about Chinese companies? They invest in so much, and they have no rules. They care about nothing. It seems so. I don't know, but they have much less regulations than in the States. Let's say it like this, right? Um, and and it's an arms race. Somebody gonna get there first. And I just hope
Somebody's
they're
going to
gonna be
get there first.
responsible and 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 baby Westerns.
That's well, and this is going slightly off the generative AI track, but I will say that I also read some stuff last night about Anthropic and how all of the AI companies now, and GPT at first, they said we will not work with the Department of Defense. We will not do all of that stuff. Now they've completely rescinded that, and they're like, "Hey, could I get a contract? Anybody? A contract? You heard of OpenAI, right? I mean, like they're just going after that right now, and I don't know why they did that. It may be out of good intent of, listen, we've got better AI. We want to work with you want to work with the best, right? Like, I mean, it could have been out of that, but Anthropic is completely they're also um they're also going after government work, but it's not the same. They're not going after individualized contracts. They're educating people on, hey, this is what safety looks like. Hey, this is what operating inside a boundary looks like. Because as you talked about, right, when we near that singularity point and it just becomes more and more and more intelligent and keeps correcting itself without any human oversight, we have got problems.
Yes.
That is not
We
actually
we should
good.
have a discussion about that because we've been for the last few years already been discussing this. So I have so much to talk about that. By the way, you mentioned Anthropic. Back then you said one of your popular AI tools was
Claude.
Claude, right? So I don't know if you know, but Anthropic is also raising another funds and their like evaluation, I think it should be right now around 60 billion. 60 billion, right? So again, great choice by you. Yes, they are a major player in the field right now. And
Well, and
man,
I like them so much. I like them so much because so many OpenAI people are like leaving OpenAI, going over. So a lot of the originally that was started out as a nonprofit, as a, we want the world to be able to use
open
this.
source, right?
Yeah, yeah, everything. And of course, things have happened. Many, many things have happened. And GPT's gone a different way, let's just say. Um, but I mean, I'm glad there's at least one horse in the race who cares about safety and is thinking about that. It seems like everybody else is just, I want to get there first. Like when we don't even know how to define there. We don't even know how to define what the actual goal is, but we want to get there first. Yo!
Yeah, you're right. You're
Like
right. You're right.
none of them have called me up and said, "What is your opinion, RJ?" So I mean, so like, of course, take it for what it's worth. But watching from the outside and watching these things develop, um, AI can be used as a weapon, and I hate that reality.
Absolutely. Yes. It's with great power
Comes great
come.
responsibility.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
And
So
and yeah, they're not using it. They're not doing it that
No.
way.
You
No.
said you just started with Facebook opening up for fake news right now. So they're
Yep.
actually allowing this, like they're accepting it right now. So
Yes, we break fake. Yes, we embrace fake news. We
we
embrace
embrace
it.
I guess Facebook needs some more um content creation right now. So maybe that's like limitless content creation. Anyway,
They do. They do. I mean, because the addition of the AI profiles. In one article I read, it was because they want more engagement on Facebook. Really, really,
come on,
sweetheart. You're
come on.
saying to me that you have an engagement number that is way too low, and then you're saying to me, let's just add AI into the mix and that will fix it. Do you know? I mean, that is. I cannot. I'm not
That's
going to down.
anti-people. That's anti-humanity
It's
to think like that.
anti-humanity, anti-humanity, and that's kind
Pro
of
robots, anti-humanity.
pro robots,
Pro, yeah,
anti-humanity, because
yeah.
you can give robots orders. Humans will look at you and go, I don't think so.
No.
Um. Anyway,
Anyway,
I will get us off that topic and get us on to
please.
of more AI, Gen AI type stuff.
Yes, but let's
So
take a note that we need to have a power hour about that. I think let's see how people
mm,
react, but we need we need a discussion about that.
we do.
I think
Even though it will scare the pants off me to attend, I will host that.
same
We will
same
do
for
that
me.
together. So wanted to talk a little bit about the things that we weren't able to cover last time because you know what? There's so many things out there. We wanted to talk about other kinds of content creation today, mainly voice and sound and music. Kind of delving into that area as well. Um, I'm super super into this. At first, I looked at I looked at like Udio and Suno. Those are a couple of the major places where you can create music right now. I think Udio was actually backed in part by Will I Am, saying, "Hey,
That's cool.
this is the new way to create music." I mean, and to a certain degree, I mean, to a certain degree, creating stuff like generating AI music, it's the same sort of thing where AI generated images are kind of their own genre now. AI generated music is its own kind of thing now. And how interesting that is. Um, the and here's another thing. I mean, now I will say just for context, everybody, stuff like Suno, stuff like Udio will allow you to type in something and say, I want a track about a lonely otter sitting in a pool of water dreaming about the future.
Yes.
And it will write your lyrics and then you say, I want it to sound like a you know, uh
Japanese pop song.
Japanese pop song, and it will do
Tibetan
that.
throat singing.
I know. It's insane. It's insane. Um,
Metal.
Heavy metal.
Yes, you can.
Absolutely.
Yes. Mix of
So,
them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Japanese metal throat singing song.
So, please
Yes.
generate.
Yes.
You can. There's so many wonderfully creative things that you do, and at first it was just like, okay, you could get 30 seconds of a song, and that was like amazing and cool. Now we're getting more toward full length tracks. The time on those when you do that generation is extended. Now sometimes you're going to need a paid, you're going to need a paid subscription or whatever. But a lot of people just just kind of hanging out there creating fun stuff and having a good time.
And not just fun stuff. I've seen those tools becoming so popular as platforms. You could see inside the tools, not even on YouTube, right? imagine on YouTube. But inside the tools, you can see some of the songs have million
Yeah,
views, like million listeners,
yeah.
million times. So that's million views. That's a AI song inside the AI platform. So imagine how much traction it can get outside. And some do, some do,
Some do. I
some
mean,
do.
there will be, I'm sure they're gonna make a category at the Grammys eventually. Because people
Wow,
music
actually, that's
generation is, I mean, that is creation. It's aided by an AI,
it's a tool.
but it's still creation. I mean, and so yeah, there's that. There's also marketers using generating and using these clips,
Yes.
which is why we're talking about it, right? Because we're by hands-on marketers for hands-on marketers. We, people are using it. There is one use case out there. A friend of mine who is a coach, he will do his normal, like, teaching a course or whatever, but now he teaches courses and then he creates albums from the courses. Would you
That's cool.
believe this?
That's cool, actually.
It's amazing. It's
Right.
insane.
We have to try
Because
this. We have to try this for the
oh,
power
you
hours.
know we have to yeah.
We have
Yeah,
to.
we do. We do.
We have to. I created some anthems for the MVP Alliance, but for like per topic, per event. Wow, that's original. The power of AI.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could take the transcript of this power hour and
I'm gonna.
create a song with
I
it.
will. I
Yeah,
will.
I know you will. Um, the
All right.
it shall be done. Overhead snap.
I,
Why? Why would anybody do this? Here it is. Because catchy tunes stick in your head. And if I'm trying to teach you about some framework that I have for writing messages or creating AI bots or something like that, I want you to know that thing back and forth. How do we do that? Catchy little clips. Um, da 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 da. I'm loving it. I mean, like that. You knew how to finish that because you've heard it so many times because it's catchy. So, when creating a lot of our content, especially if you are like me, a marketer for yourself, there's a lot of interesting ways to use this music and to use it as something that can really, I mean, I don't know about you, Barack, but I think I might perish without music. I love
I
it.
love music. I probably have created over 1,000 tracks with AI by now.
Of course you
And
have.
by the way, I've talked to a DJ friend and he doesn't know about AI. And I said, hey, have you tried this? Look at this one I tried. And I gave him, so, okay. So art is where you combine some cool thing, right? Cool visual or cool sound or cool whatever with great story. So just the cool effect is probably not going to be an art. Like if you just see old 1800 painting and you don't have a very great pair of trained eyes, you might think, oh, that's not an art. That's not great. You know what? Modern art, for example, you can see like splashes of colors, and you say that's not an art, right? But if you have a story behind it and there is a meaning in why the colors are scattered the way they are, now you have art, right? So the same with AI. If you just ask him create an image for me, then the AI created that. That's not an art. That's have no human meaning to it. But if you say, hey, I want something about RJ. She is a great friend of mine, and she's a talented speaker and a talented AI practitioner, and she's a great AR world builder. And I want to do something special for her to celebrate her debut of something, right? I have a meaning now. And but make it so it will be approachable to anybody listening, not just for RJ, right? This is the artist story, but make the song approachable to anybody. And I can actually write that for an AI, and it will create a great song for us. And
Of
now
course.
I'm gonna add some tags, I'm gonna add some styles, I'm gonna fit it to our audience because I can tell it who are the audience, who are we selling this to, who we want to listen, our listeners likes, right? And then if we put some human agenda to it, then it can be out. By the way, you don't have to because AI is trained on human agendas. So you don't have to put human agenda. But if you do put a human agenda, then you have a story. So the way I sent that to my DJ friend, I said, "This is the story behind the song I've sent to you. I took some Bible phrases and I wanted to, and I made some trance track to it. I wanted really something like a party, but meaningful and and he loved it because it had some trending key phrases from the Bible, and he loved it, right? And he was so surprised, and he started to compare it to great artists. I created that in 2 hours. It was 2 hours work with AI. So this is where we at right now. Anybody can become a recording artist right now, just being creative.
It's true. And so, how can we use that creativity? So here's some this is a little overview, okay, of kind of where we're at and where we were a few years ago. A few
Okay.
years ago, we're all pumping out the same types of content for social networks, trying to drive people to a third place, probably our websites or our sign up pages or, whatever. We're fighting against social media because social media's game is to keep you on social media. But our game is trying to get them off of social media and sign up for our stuff. So that's and that's also an arms race. They use something called an algorithm. You know what I'm saying. But we're all kind of cranking out the same stuff. And a lot of people I know, and I've done this too, I'm just as guilty, are saying things like, hey, I can teach you how to do a 5-day challenge, and it'll only cost you $15,000. But I'll give you the secrets as to, this 5-day challenge stuff. So I would sign up for that stuff and take all the coursework and do all the stuff and try to put on something somebody else's way that worked with somebody else's audience and not even stop and think about what I was doing because it's what everybody else was doing. But now we're sliding into a context where you don't have to do it the way anybody else does it ever. You could let's just take this meeting for an example.
All right,
Power
that's
hour.
this interesting. Fine.
Let's
All right.
let's take it for example and let's say that from this power hour you and I just uncovered golden, fabulous things that will make the world a way better place. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
We wanted to get the message out to everybody.
Right.
And so we could use, we could create images, we could create videos, we could create music, we could generate voices and add, put all of that into a movie, use all of the things and put it out there. Now we wouldn't just put it out there and hope. I mean, we're we're smarter than that, y'all. Everybody, all of us are. But be able to take the same content and regenerate it in a different format and put it out there. Regenerate it in a different format. Take a framework you're trying to teach people, make a song, make images, make videos, add these elements together in different ways and regenerate and put it out there again to your list to whatever you want to. Like the power that we have for creation. We were talking earlier about how it's going to, AI is going to surpass human intelligence. um yeah, I mean, the creative abilities that we have are so advanced in how to get your message out there and across to people.
It's so good right now already. It's so good right now already.
Yeah.
We were doing the news part before, so I'm gonna just like interject. We're saying, okay, so us we have two hands, right? And computer, it got like just add more. CPU or GPU, right? And it got more power. But what about all those gadgets and robots out there? So I've seen NVIDIA already released like two different products, physical products. One of them is an personal AI computer.
I know you saw that
What
thing
is
too
that?
then.
When this whole thing started, I bought like a great GPU. So I have like AI computer here, but they now sell NVIDIA dedicated AI computers now. And now I've seen they release another product. They release some kind of like gym mirror that can tell you your body condition and tell you how you slept and what is that? And Samsung AI Club allows you to rent AI bots, robots. You can rent robots, so you won't be left behind. And Tesla releasing robots that can fold laundry for you. We are not talking about in 20 years. This is happening right now.
Right
You can
now.
buy those gadgets. Like some of you probably already bought some of those gadgets, right? So I have like a Samsung phone. I know I'm minority, but I have some AI features already in my phone, right?
Oh yeah.
I can man,
Yeah.
this is we're not talking about the future. We are recapping right now. We are recapping 2024. But imagine well, this is just leading us to 2025, right? We're gonna have an event about 2025, but this is what we accomplished until now. This is we're just at the beginning line, right? At the starting line, and oh man, this is too much to for so many people already. So many people already are um, replaceable. So I
Mhm.
think as marketers, it's really up for us to actually um, harness the spot of the MVP, the most valuable player of our companies. Because right now, as one person, as a small team, we can do so much customized outreach, so much customized content creation. We can actually create our own company's data set or knowledge base into an AI robot, right? An AI chatbot. We can create our incoming calls into AI answering machine. We can have um, 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 we can solve so many things right now. Our company is already spending millions on, right? With
Yeah.
AI, with AI.
And the
And
thing
and
of Go ahead.
and it won't take years. It won't take years. You can implement some of the things in weeks. In
Yeah,
weeks.
please. Um and so, that conversation begs the next point. How are we going to strategize to thrive in this new environment? Marketers, I don't care what your title is. I don't care if you work for yourself or for a big company. If you're a hands-on marketer, you're also a strategist. You are also a strategist, and we, as fellow hands-on marketers, we need to keep our eye on the ball such that we can create more value. You were talking about job replacement. There are companies that will see much, yeah, let's get a robot in there. Those companies never cared about you in the first place, and don't be working for them anyway. They're jerks. Just get
That's
get
great.
away from that job. You'll do better working for yourself. Seriously. There are
Hone those
companies.
AI skills though. Get the skills needed for your next job for sure
Get
though.
the skills needed and work for a company that cares about its people, or work for yourself. I mean, be choosy, because you don't want to end up in the layoff line again, right? Um, but but yeah, the essence of it is that using our powers for good, using it responsibly, using it in ways that enhance the things that we can already do instead of replace the human in the chain. Uh, I think that that's how. I mean, that's how I'm leading my people to use AI
That's
because
responsible. That's responsible. Yes.
we gotta be because there's this concept called burning the fields. And it's something that they used to talk about way back in, well, not way back in, people are still doing this, but it's something people used to talk about in network marketing, like people that sell certain products made by company or whatever. And it's a pyramid thing usually and all of that. um, what they talk about is the people that got on Facebook and said, "Hey, you wanna buy my thing? You wanna buy my thing?" And just kept showing, pictures of the thing that they wanted people to buy. Those people are alienating 20, 30 people for every person that comes on board, so that there's not a viable market left for everybody else. And they don't care because 'cause they're gonna make a lot of money. You got companies out there doing all kinds of who produce all kinds of products and services, that they have that mindset. Be careful when you meet people of that mindset because you could be the next thing that they are burning to make money.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
and
That's
uh,
profound. That's good, RJ.
oh, thanks. I had great coffee this morning. Great coffee is the secret to everything, baby.
Cheers.
Yes. By the way, let us explain. Uh, we are headwear people. We don't want to just be a couple of other people talking at you. For power hours, we suggest but do not require headwear. Barack is now sporting a beautiful gray handkerchief. I'm, of course, sporting, as always, my goggles, but I have a lot of things around here that could be used. And you know what? Let's just illustrate. We want to be the place that you come for fun because you know
You-
what? Marketing should be fun. Marketing should be fun.
Oh,
Oh,
I
you
have
know
one
what?
like that. I have one like that
Think
for next event.
for next event.
Oh,
Okay,
oh, yours
excellent.
is sweet.
Okay,
Yours is sweet.
it really is. I got this
Yours
my
is sweet.
birthday.
All right.
So I forgot my hat, and Barack's
You
reminded
made
me
it
that I
work.
needed it. I made it work somehow. It's probably not the way it was intended, but what the hell? Anyway,
Anyway,
um, so so yeah, marketing should be fun, and that is why we wear the weird hats, and you should too, because if you're a genius, if you're that person that people go to and they can't solve a problem repeatedly, why aren't you wearing a fun hat? You know what I mean? Why not? Why not step into the role? Because we are now creators, as Barack was just saying. We are now creators in an entirely new way. We are now creators in a way that we can create 3D environments now. We can create 2D environments that are immersive, much more immersive than looking at a flat screen. We it's that moment when Neo Matrix moment, right? It's that moment when Neo's looking at the mirror and he puts his finger toward it and then he presses through it. You know? And in the movie, of course, the mirror swallows him. He goes down a series of fabulous tubes, and then he comes out and he's in a spaceship, and everybody's in a grimy sweater, but he finds love. Anyway, we're that's not our story right now, but we are at that place where the mirror has ceased to be flat and featureless. The mirror is now somewhere we can go in. We can find out more about what makes our audiences tick and give them that because
You're
we
so
don't have to.
profound today.
Oh my gosh, what is
You are
happening to
so
me?
profound, and I love this. I love it. This is so good. Um,
Why, thank you. I'll come back here often.
t- tell me more. Tell me
Okay.
more about the philosophy behind voice creation and music creation, like the topics for
Yeah.
today, right?
Yeah. So let's step to voice creation for a bit because that one really was kind of like, I don't know. People were coming, what is it? That thing that Google created, Notebook
Notebook LM.
LM.
I, I
Uh, hmm?
I think I think I 2 years ago when we started creating voice with AI, it was it was cool. So you can replace some content with the AI voice, but it sounded like robotic, really, really
Yeah.
robotic. And then eh, companies like 11 Labs, they made huge leaps towards a very natural sounding voices. They still sound like with trained ears, you can recognize it with, if you don't know AI at all, then you could be fooled easily. But I think it became so widely used, like like TikTok, right? Every other clip you hear on TikTok, it's not even human, it's the TikTok's AI voice. So it's a one specific voice. It's not even like colorful or something, and it's quite robotic. It's not even like the new gens of voices, but it's so common already that people already started to feel comfortable with this. This is already part of what we listen to, what we interact with, right? So imagine billion of people, billion using TikTok, and I think they have like oh, do they have a billion a month? They have like huge numbers. Like
Yeah.
TikTok is like as big as I don't know. I think they at some point they had more daily users than Google search engine, right? Imagine that. So, and they were like as big as all other social media networks together combined. Um, and they help creators create videos. They help them. They create tools and they create like plugins and all that. And they create this AI voice. So imagine this huge, billions of clips out there right now, just because of TikTok using AI voices already. So billions of listeners also listen to AI voices already. So this is out there big time. Now you can do much better than these clips using some cheap or even some free to use tools out there for voice creation. So we're talking about billions listening to a bad AI voice creations, right? And but you can use like really nice ones. Now I will let you. This is the intro for you.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So jump on it. All right.
Yes.
Well, so yes, billions using those robotic voices. Absolutely. I mean, when you watch a movie from 30 years ago and you see the special effects, it's cute. It's kind of like, oh yeah, that's what they used to do in movies. If you go back even more, it's like, oh wow, how did I ever believe that that was even a thing?
Have you
Um,
seen Jaws, the original one? Wow. Yeah, we had imagination. People had imagination to really love this movie, right?
yeah.
But yeah,
If it's the coolest thing
it
that's
was huge.
happening at the time, people are like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." 30 years later, "Oh, isn't that cute? That used to be the way we did things." And so for this, I feel it'll be, along the same track. Like it's like it's going to be, "Oh, do we really used to listen to that robotic stuff?" Um the voices are getting more and more realistic. This is a controversial topic, the voices, because for
Okay.
me, it's just because I can. Why should I? When is it in my best interest? Um, for me, it is never. I'm saying this now. Maybe I'll contradict myself later. I have the right to change my mind. It's cool, people.
Cool.
But I do not see the value or why I ever should generate my own voice saying words.
Oh, I'm so glad we are both of us doing this. You know why?
Why?
Because you introduced me as a shy guy, right?
Yes, I
So,
did.
so you are comfortable. in front of the mic, you're comfortable in front of the
Right.
camera. So you're saying, I'm a great voice actor. I can record anything and it will be amazing and it will take me a minute. Imagine me, I don't want to do that. I don't want my voice to be out there. I'm sorry, guys. And I create tons of content. I create tons of content. Like we hundreds of articles a month, right? And imagine trying to voice all of them when I don't want to voice any of them. So right now I use a tool on my sites where you can just go to the website, click play on any article, and it will be read to you. And you can choose the speed and you can listen to any article, right? Um, but using tools, you know what? Let's talk about 11 Labs for a minute. We mentioned that before, right? So 11 Labs created an app now, and on their app for free, not on the website, and you cannot download this for free, but for free on their app, you can listen to any content. You can put a link, you can put anything you created on ChatGPT. I think you can put a PDF, I'm not sure, but you can listen to anything. And then I created a voice there, a very soothing, deep, low voice, and I put there the stuff I want to read at night, but sometimes I'm too tired already to read. So I like reading at night, right? So just close off the day. And sometimes I'm just too tired to read. So when I'm too tired to read, I just copy paste what I want to read. If it's digital, well, mostly I read books, but now I create some of them. I summarize some of the books. I summarize some of the concepts I want, or I help develop some of the concepts, and I just push it into the app and it reads for me in a really nice voice. And I can even make the voice a bit slower because at night I just want it to be a bit slower
Mhm.
than usually
Yes.
a faster version, right? So I have a nice voice reading for me content. And sometimes it would be just even a relaxing content, a meditation. I can listen to a meditation I created for the exact situation. Let's say I had a tough day because of certain event. I can mention that event to ChatGPT and I said, hey, I had that tough day today. Can you create a meditation for me to sleep with? Right? And it will relate to that event and it will create a nice full meditation like walkthrough. And then you put that in the 11 Labs app and you have like a guided meditation, personalized guided meditation, right? For free. We are there right now. This is
Yeah.
happening. I'm doing that like few times a night, few times a week.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So
Um,
I
yeah.
know you're not too fond of and you not see the value for voice generation using AI, but there's room
No.
for that. There's room for
No.
that, huge room.
Allow me to clarify what I said. I am not against voice generated stuff using AI. I'm I am absolutely not a fan of putting a human where a bot should be or putting a bot where a human should be. Let me clarify that statement. We're going to get 6 or 7 statements in here. So, but let me clarify that by
Yes,
saying
let's go deeper.
I don't I don't want to generate a podcast and then hit play and hear my own voice talking to people and then not tell them, "Hey, this was generated, the content
Hmm.
and the thing was, and the podcast generated." Um, I want to, in some cases, I absolutely want to use my voice. So, I'm into writing books. I love it. I want the voice. But I don't want to read my books because I will flub up stuff and and all of that. So I want to go to 11 Labs, train that on my voice, and I want to say, "Hey, guys here." I want to train it on my voice and have it, read my book and then sell that as an add-on. But I want to tell people, hey, this, by the way, it wasn't
Oh, no, okay.
wasn't me, it
I
was 11 Labs me.
it's good.
But
Very responsible like that. I like that.
and the other thing is, I do see a huge value in creating other voices to do other stuff. Like if I've got a script and I want to turn it into something that people can watch, I absolutely want to pick out a voice for each of the characters. I
Exactly.
absolutely want to do that. But again, I'm going to
Exactly.
let people know, hey, this was, part of this was
Yeah.
generated by AI. I love you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
But
When we create
yeah.
content, we do the same. I add like the writer that was use the AI to create the content and the AI writer persona, which it says it's AI, but it's like sometimes it's usually like a dedicated bots we created. Okay, so let's get back
If I
to
might add something, that you can use Wait GG, which is another platform to make your own voice model, and then you can add your own voice model as a voice to Notebook LM, and then you make it sound like yourself. And in the end, you can just say, RJ, I am made by an I myself. To let them
Evil
know
laughter follows. Yes, absolutely.
I am an
Absolutely.
that's
AI model.
that's great. Actually, like to begin with, when I created the first MVP Alliance emails, I actually added a note. This was assisted by AI. Or sometimes when I said the summary, just to show off how cool is AI, like before people even were aware that we can do that. So I added like it's AI assisted, right?
The
Um,
MVC Alliance was founded by AI. You
the
were
original founder.
invented by AI, Barak, at the
Am I
start,
not
right?
am I not an AI?
You are
Can
not
you
an
be
AI
sure?
generated man.
Can you be sure? Look how I disappear.
Yeah, nice.
Um, so let's get back to the format. So what we tried to do today is to cover where we got to give you some news and where we got with AI voice and music creation. So RJ and Hagai, you know what, you're with us. Let's say each which one is your favorite music creation tool, AI music creation tool? Your
Suno.
favorite tool for music creation with AI?
I'm a
I'd
fan
say
of
Suno.
Udio, but what do you have? What do you have, Hagai?
I say Suno. I like Udio too, but they give you shorter songs and for like complex duet and things like that, Suno is a bit better, I guess.
Okay. User friendly.
Okay. So and you say Udio, RJ?
Yeah, I'm a Udio fan, and it may just be because I discovered that one first. So, I like it better, and then the other one is like, oh, does it compare? You know how we do. But to me in the they're really in the forefront, and a lot of people are kind of galloping in behind, but those two are really in the forefront right now. And I love generating music for my stuff. It's like I just love it so much. I have a lot of it playing in my augmented reality bar, and you know what I mean? It's just so fun. Guy, do you create much?
Wow, like I got sick of it lately, but I created like we had like the Hanukkah holiday lately, so I wrote with ChatGPT like funny songs in the style of Kurt Vonnegut and Douglas Adams. I asked ChatGPT to write me a song in the style of Kurt Vonnegut and Douglas Adams blended, and
Nice.
I then I put it into Suno, and it got me like the craziest Hanukkah holiday songs about alien sufganiyot, alien sufganiyot that try to get rule of the world by making us human more sweet, that one
Alien
day the aliens
Subganiot.
would eat us because we are too sweet. The human, whatever, something like that. I got like crazy shit songs, amazing.
That's
It
awesome.
made me laugh like for hours because he got up like combination that I wouldn't think of like ever. So it was like really
It's a really good
devastating.
use. Nice.
Mhm.
Um, both of you mentioned two of my favorite tools, and I think they're the leading ones. With Suno, you create really fast a full song. So great. And some say it got better quality because maybe they're ahead. Um, with TDO, you create like smaller parts of the song, shorter parts of the song. But I think with TDO, you have some more play. So if I wanted something more specific, let's say like mm, a comp something very specific, like by script, like by intention, right? Then I think I will complete that with Udio. And I have some examples for something I couldn't make on Suno, and I created an Udio. But for general use, like for day to day and for most things, Suno probably just get ahead. But I, I like Udio a bit, that bit more.
I have to say something that most people don't know how to use Suno the right way. Like we have a sheet that we made last time for Suno because you have a lot of special prompt uh, uh, keywords that they use for echo or crowd or duet, and then you can like decide that the first charm of the song is sang by a Persian man, and then
Right,
the second one is by like British woman, and
right,
then the third one is echoed by
right.
pigeons. I
Yeah,
don't know, by
but
penguins.
try it. But try it on Suno because
And
it's so
also,
music.
just one more thing, they have also something that they made with 11 labs, I think, something like cooperation that you can use some of the 11 labs animal voices, like barking and things like that. And I did a song about like Snoop Doggy Dog, and I added a lot of weird dogs barking the song.
Oh
Like,
no.
so it's really nice that you can add like elephant voices or dogs or things that I don't usually use for songs.
I invite everybody to
And I
create
discovered it just lately. It was so funny. Like,
I have to
okay,
try this. I have to try this. But I invite everybody to create a chatbot, a dedicated chatbot that you train on the rules of usage on Suno or Udio, right? How to use the tags and which tags you can use and how to write even a song. I created a bot for that. So when I create songs, I will go to my bot and ask him create the song for me with the tags, with the styles, with everything. And then with one answer, I can create a very specific song that already have like word twist. So instead of fire, if it will write fire, so it will sound different, right? So you can create that for me, and the bot is trained to do that. So it will sound like humans singing this, right? Um, yeah, yeah.
Dude.
so put
All right,
the
I'm gonna need
put the chatbot link for MVP Alliance in
It's
the
still
chat
it's
or
still it's
something.
still close, but maybe I will do that and I will dedicate that to for the MVP lines.
That sounds really great. And
We can do that.
speaking of MVP Alliance, I wanna share one last thing, and then I gotta go because we have talked away an hour already, Barack.
The
Uh,
power
y-
hour is done. All
I
right.
know what happened. But I do want to share something. I am making. Well, we are making a space.
Yes, please.
Yes, we are making a space for these meetings. And I'm just gonna preview you this.
You
We're not,
just
uh, but we're going to be meeting in augmented reality. This is the entrance to our catacombs of space. We'll be using this for big group meetings. We'll be putting learning managed courses, different things in here for us to all enjoy and be part of. This is all I'm going to sneak peek you today because we still got a couple of weeks here. But just want to get you dreaming of what the space could be for, and what you want to see in here. We I just love to build worlds, and Barack has given me an opportunity to build a world for us. So we will be visiting this very soon. I will not be here next week. My friend Jamie is going to take my spot to host. Barack is always is going to be shy for the first few minutes, and then he'll get talking and he'll forget that he's in front of a camera. You've seen him do it today, so you'll see it again. And just want to say thank you all for joining. Thank you, Hagai, for popping in and giving us some expertise on the sounds, the music stuff that you work with. And that's it for now. We'll see you next week.